Hey guys, this video is going to be about car show judging and how to score really high at a car show and hopefully get a trophy. I hope to help you gain more points at your car show with my experience of participating in car shows for 5 years, hosting car shows for 5 years, and also judging for 3 years. So altogether, I have about 13 years of experience with car shows. I also have experience working in an auto body shop. I painted, I airbrushed, and I also saw like behind the scenes of how the work is done, the prepping that's involved, and I was also taught to wrap cars. Hey guys, what's up? It's Buckets, and today I am going to talk about car show judging. So, as y'all know, I've been into car shows for a while now. That's actually how I got into cars, kind of, sort of. That was my main aspect in the beginning. So, in the beginning, I went to a lot of car shows by myself or with the car club, and at that time, you know what, I did enjoy winning trophies, and I do understand when people come out and that's their main reason why coming out. However, I do want to say it should not be for that reason. You should just want to go just to hang out with your friends. Like, if you really want a trophy, you can actually order one online, and if you're just getting one trophy, then it's not that expensive if you really want one. But mod your car for yourself, not for anybody else. Because when you go to these car shows, you have judges, and they already have what they like in mind. So what you mod your car to might not be their cup of tea. However, there is usually a judging criteria that they go by. They usually have judging sheets, and on each of those judging sheets are categories. I have my little note sheet here of things that I really want to get covered over this. When you go to these car shows, like I said, they have categories, and also I'll post up I'll put it on the screen, an actual like square sheet of kind of some of the things they go by. And when you think of these categories, always think of the first thing people see is your cleanliness. They don't want to see dirt. If you have dirt, then you're already in a bad position. And I'm probably the worst person to say this because I do not like to clean my cars. I mean, I have so many. Oh, and as you see, the Monte Carlo is not here. It's at the exhaust shop. It will hopefully be back real soon. But anyways, make sure you always have everything opened up. If a judge can't see it, then they can't judge it. Like, for example, we have like an under the hood. If you have an under the hood category and you can't see under the hood, then you can't be judged. So just make sure you have everything open. Or if you don't want to have it open the whole time at the show, just know when the judges are coming around, and when the judge comes near you, just open it up for them. Also, when the judge is near you, make sure you, after it looks like they're done kind of judging, come over and just be like, hey, just want to make sure that you didn't have any questions, or did you want to see anything, or something like that. Because there may be questions that the judges have, and the things that you may mention that they didn't see, they may be able to give you more points for it. Because some things obviously you can't really see, but most judges are knowledgeable about the cars, otherwise they wouldn't be a judge. So yeah, I mean, you do have those car shows that you do go to that some of the judges don't know, but most of them know the car that they're judging, else they wouldn't be in that position. All right. So after cleanliness, aftermarket will get you more points, of course. If your aftermarket is of a more expensive brand, some judges will score you higher for that. If your aftermarket was put in yourself, or regardless who put it in, just make sure that it is of good quality, like the work was done good. So like if you have a wrap or your wheels are wrapped and the wrapping wasn't done good, you can see like grooves like ripples and stuff like that, or imperfections, then you're obviously going to lose points. And your opponent that's also at the car show with the same car as you might have the same thing, but theirs might be better done. So obviously they're going to win over top of you. If you pull up to a car show and you already spot out a car that looks really, really good and might win best of show, and you have the option to park somewhere else, park somewhere else. And I only say that because that best of show is obviously going to catch people's eyes. And if the judges are walking around and they see that best of show and they see yours, then their eyes might cut across to that best of show and they may be preoccupied, maybe. But even though if you're not doing it for judging, I would just kind of leave a spot in between you and that best of show, just so your car can get the acknowledgement that it deserves. Like somebody who might like your car might not see it because you're sitting by the best of show. It's just better to park a little bit away from that. Also, if you like to do your mods yourself, and it's of good quality, mention that to the judge, because some judges will give you more points if you do the work yourself. Like for me, I like to do all my work myself. I do get help for certain things, but I genuinely take more pride in doing the work myself. And other judges might like that too. So, built not brought. Depending on what show you go to, make sure you know the score method. Like I said, most car shows do it by points and by category. So just make sure, like in those categories, and then also most car shows will give you the paper before the show, so you already know kind of how you place. But I'm gonna give you an example of like a score sheet. So, say for example, you have, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like for the last car show I hosted this weekend, we have 5 categories. And those 5 categories were exterior quality, interior quality, wheels and rims, under the hood, and unique drastic change. Each one of those categories had like a score point between 1 and 10, 10 being the highest. So for exterior quality, think about like your lips, like your body panels, if you have any dents, if your aftermarket pieces or your wing and stuff like that are placed properly, if there's no extra pieces that just don't seem like they fit, if your car flows really good all together on the outside, like it just looks like it's a complete and everything wasn't just placed on there just trying to do the most, like judges will score better for quality over quantity. Quantity will not get you any points. It's quality. I feel like most worldwide for judging. For interior quality, it's more like, let's see, racing seats, upholstery work, because this score sheet doesn't have like entertainment section. The entertainment will be included in the interior quality. So if you have TVs or like DVD monitors, your headliner's done, just anything you can think that's aftermarket and that is of quality. So like say if you go to a store and you put like the, what is it called, the steering wheel covers on, or seat covers, those don't give you points really, because anybody can do that. It's not really that custom. Maybe some judges will give you a point or 2 for those, but most won't. It's just too easy. Wheels and rims. Wheels and rims, obviously, if they're OEM and clean, you're gonna get some points. That's just, most judges will give you points. If they are aftermarket, you're obviously gonna get points. If they are clean, aftermarket, and have custom work, like hydro dipped or painted, like a couple years ago, I had my lips of my rims airbrushed, and that's more custom than, just getting aftermarket wheels. So you're gonna get more points. But if you have like a bent wheel or curb rash, you will get points deducted. And your opponent might have the same wheels as you, and y'all might have both them aftermarket as far as like paint or something done to them. But if you have a curb rash and they don't, then you're obviously going to get less points in that category, and then they may come over top of you depending on the rest of their score, and they might win. So there's always that. All right, the other category I mentioned was under the hood. So under the hood is obviously engine work. Like if you have turbo, supercharged, intakes, ECU, like if you have stuff that the judge cannot see, when I told you to go talk to the judge after it looks like they're done, that's when you go let them know that, hey, do you have any questions? If you have something that's really major that you did, just be like, oh, just so you know, I did get blah 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 done. When you talk to the judges, don't make it long and lengthy because they have a lot of cars to judge, and especially if it's hot, and you know, just make it short and sweet. Just let them know your main biggest mod if you know they can't see it, and then just keep it moving. Alright, and also under the hood, if you have dressings like chrome trimming, a lot of the old schools, they'll have like chrome trimming done. If you're under the hood, it's also aftermarket painted. You're gonna get points for that. If you obviously have a whole engine swap, points for that. Like for me, I include under the hood airbrushing. A lot of people get airbrushing under the hood. That will get you extra points. Just stuff like that. And like I said, it's 1 to 10. So if your under the hood is clean and your OEM, like for me, I'll give you a point. If you're OEM, but you have a little bit of mods, I'll give you more points, and etc. Like it just depends on how much you have done. If you have a fully built motor and your opponent is just clean, very clean, then the fully built motor is gonna win, always. All right, so the next one out of the score sheet that I gave you is unique drastic change. So with unique drastic change, what makes your car stand out? Do you have a theme? Are you one of a kind? Like, are you the only one in the USA? Are you the only one in your state that has that work done? Did you really get stuff custom? Like that kind of stuff. That really makes you stand out. If your car just pops, then you're gonna stand out. Obviously, judges have different opinions on what pops and what doesn't. And excuse the grass cutting in the background. I'm sorry. Yeah, so if your car pops, good. However, just make sure you know that it may pop to you, but to another judge, it may not pop. So like I said, car shows are very opinionated. Like it really depends on where you go also for your car show. Yeah, just make sure you have fun and keep the car show community alive. Support your local racetracks, support your local car shows. No, you may not win, but you're still there for the community, and that helps out everybody. What's up, y'all? Come in the picture. How was school? Good. Alright, I want y'all to pick. Okay. Which one is your favorite car? That one. Wait. I like this one way better. That one's in all of them? Including the Monte Carlo and the 300?
Yeah, this one.
Y'all hear that? They like this one.
Y'all,
3 of y'all? Really? Y'all don't like this one?
I like it, but like the inside is way better on this one. And I love like that how loud it is.
What do you mean, the engine or like the sound? The bass? So you think the bass in this one is better than that one?
I like the color. I like them both.
Y'all hear this? What in the world? Alright, that's all I needed from y'all. Y'all can go home.
He's gonna come back later.
It's not raining.
Say bye to the viewers.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. Good luck on your next car show, but remember, it's not about the trophies, it's about meeting other car enthusiasts and having fun.